So I met Marcy at the bookstore at Terry Cole Whitaker. And she'd gone there to get a job and got the job living in San Diego, went back up to Portland and contacted me. We became instant friends in the moment we met. And one thing, anyway, she contacted me and said, I found a house that we can live in down there. Would you go put a deposit on it for me if you think the house is good? So we'd known each other like 15 minutes, and I was putting a deposit on that house. So anyway, that's something I always thought of. The day that I had my son, I stopped first at Marcy's place and dropped off a beach towel for her birthday to make sure she had her birthday, and then I went to the hospital. So I was the matron of honor in Marcy and Scotty's wedding, and Marcy was at the birth of our daughter. She didn't think she'd ever have children, and I wanted her to have that experience. The one thing about Marcy is Marcy always made me feel like she was my Marcy, and I think everybody that has known Marcy secretly feels like they're her Marcy. And she was my cheerleader because when I was sort of starting to try to do makeup artistry in the industry, she was one of the first people that ever gave me a job. And I ended up being a makeup artist for 15 or 20 years. When I was doing Seva for City Yoga, she was the one that put in a word for me to become a member of the Pacific Area team, Marcy. And then when Guru Mai was in Palm Springs, she put in a good word so my son could be a darshan boy and be with the Guru. I've never met a more purely beautiful person. And when Scotty was talking about all these attributes, I realized we're a lot alike, she and I, in a lot of ways. Like, I love dark chocolate, I hate milk chocolate, all these things. I love a good sense of humor. Not a big fan of puns, but I can't hear or see a pun without thinking of the pun master. But I just, I really have tried very hard since Marcy left her body to just feel her every day, and in any way I can. My image of her is two things. One, with her arm stuck straight out with possum babies hanging from it, when she would take care of possums that had been, lost from their mothers. And the thing about lipstick, I was a makeup artist, and I did the makeup for her wedding, and she just had a battle with lips and lipstick her entire life. She never liked the way it looked. She didn't like the way it felt, but she always wanted to have big, beautiful, luscious lips. So I can never look at lipstick in a store, and I can never look at a possum without without hearing Marcy go, well, that's a possibility.
Great pun. Thank you, Deb.